Yes, I'm doing good by God's grace. Yourself?
I am well. I don't know whether to say I'm a bit worried with the commentaries, but I don't know about you. But 3 years, I'm sure any serious country should be thinking about how to advance the course of development, how opposition parties will be coming out with alternative policies in order to buy perhaps citizens, thinking and sympathy and empathy in order to be able to position themselves for a better chance in the next elections. Obviously, campaign has started too early, isn't it?
Um, well, it depends on where you the angle in which you would want to look at it from. Let me say good evening to your listeners and cherished viewers on all your platforms. First and foremost, Nana Jantuah, I know you are a student of politics, and most of the time when we engage, I make references to what you and I know, so that listeners will be able to conform and understand where we are coming from. One, utterances of politicians could be political strategies. So first and foremost, you don't look at it on the blanket screen that what Mr. A said or B said is just what you are taking it as it is. It has its implications. And political strategies are part of the political game. Look, if someone makes a comment that puts fear in the opponent or the territorial boundaries of the opponent, it carries weight. You can look at it in two forms. If I say election will be won and lost at the polling station, I'll make sure that everything happens and ends at the polling station. It's an utterance that can put fear in the average voter, that is the electorate. So assuming we are in Asante region here, looking at the stronghold of the NPP, you see this comment as frightening. So on the day of the elections, you don't go to vote. Who gets the advantage? Obviously, the one who said it and his party. So it has all the angles of strategies that people or politicians use to vote for themselves. So it is either going to put fear in the opponent or put fear on the day of the election, the number of people who would muster courage to go and vote. So if you're in a certain region and you fear that somebody has said all die be die, so on the day of the elections, you don't go and vote, it goes against the party that has the stronghold. That is one. Two, such comments does not, from experience, or cannot win elections. Look, Nana said all die be die in 2012. Nana Jantuah, did he win the election? He lost. He lost in 2012 to the one who never made any such comment. So today, if John Dramani Mahama is making a comment like this, it doesn't guarantee him going to win. That's number two. Number three, does this not cast some doubt on the person we all call the referee, that is the Electoral Commission?
Love FM.
So I asked this question, and I've asked it before, and I'm asking Nana Jantuah this evening that why should I, Frank Aboagye Danyansah, contesting an election? Because I don't have money to get representatives or people we call polling agents in all polling stations. Why should my one vote be stolen? Let me repeat the question again. Why should I, a candidate in an election in Ghana, because I don't have money to employ or engage people in every polling station, and trust me, even in the constituency level, if you have almost about 100 polling stations, you are supposed to get 2 polling agents. So 200 people, you have to feed them from morning till evening. Do you know how much it takes to just feed one person a day from morning till evening? And in this case, you are feeding 2 people as polling agents to just watch your vote for you. When we have someone we have paid to be a referee in the election, that is the Electoral Commission. So even if I don't have somebody at the polling station, Nana Jantuah, should my vote be stolen? Should my vote not be counted? So if we have trust in the EC, somebody will not make such a comment. So as a country, we need to sit up and engage the Electoral Commission and say, look, enough is enough. You have been given the mandate to conduct elections in this country, not once, not twice, but almost about 4 times. So how come we are still having problems with our electoral register? How come we are having problems on election day? How come people vote and their votes are not counted? Who do we blame? The Electoral Commission. Nana Jantuah, you and I know in 2012, the Supreme Court of this country gave some directions to the Electoral Commission on reforms that they should put up and make sure they correct before 2016 election. Was it done? These reforms were not done. John Dramani Mahama at that time benefited. Okay? Then we went to 2016. Those who went to court in 2012 won the election in 2016. There was a new electoral commissioner. People wrote petitions against. He was moved. Another one was brought in. All these reforms that the Supreme Court instructed the EC to do, they never did it. Nana Jantuah benefited in 2016 and won the 2016 election. He went on to benefit again and won the 2020 elections. All these reforms are still not done. The reforms, some of them are the ROPAL, proxy voting, even registering people when they are 18 years, and that even in other settings like the UK. Immediately you are 18 years, political parties start calling you and congratulating you and wishing you happy birthday and telling you to come for your party card if you are so interested in any of the parties. But in our country, people are 18 years, will never know until a registration, a date is set that we are going to register people, then the whistle is blown. Then everybody will go and queue to go and register and say, oh, I turned 18 2 years ago, so today I'm 20. I turned 18 3 years ago. Then we manufacture and register people as young as 15 years. The EC has failed on its mandate to do all these things. So now somebody does not trust the referee. And if the person does not trust the referee, he trusts his people who will be at the polling station to watch the vote.
You do not trust the referee, and that same referee had made you the president, and the other side complained about that same referee, that same institution. So what's the big deal? Do I take it like they know they all are not fair to the system? They still to be in power, and so once they are off, they are afraid that somebody is going to use the same strategy to win. That's the reason why they want to go all out to do that.
Nana Jantuah, exactly. So I started by telling you that somebody, that is the MPP, went to court in 2012 against this referee that declared John Dramani Mahama winner. Then power changed hands. Somebody won the election again. Another person went to court against the referee that made the Kufuor the winner. So somebody will ask, when the Supreme Court instructed the EC to do reforms in 2012, why didn't the president at that time, John Dramani Mahama, ensure or assist the EC to make all these reforms done before the 2016 election? Why? When the NPP came to power in 2016, have they taken upon themselves to assist the EC to make the reforms that they wanted to make, or they should have made instructions from the Supreme Court in 2012 that they should do that before 2020 elections? No, they didn't. So someone has benefited from the failures of the EC. Another person is also benefiting from the failure of the same EC. But the problem is that the average Ghanaian will be the one to suffer when the referee's credibility is in doubt. So you remember I gave you an example that why should you, Nana Jantuah, when you are contesting an election and you don't have money, to engage in polling agents to watch your vote? Why should your one vote be stolen?
Right.
Is it not the responsibility of the Electoral Commissioner to ensure free, fair, and credible elections? So if people are not there, can the EC be neutral and make sure that the election is won free and fairly? But in this country, go and sleep. The next day, you get zero. So if somebody says election is won and lost at the polling station, the person is being factual. And in our country, the earlier we task the EC to come up with a more credible image, the better. Other than that, we are all sitting on time bombs. Trust me.
Right. Frank, thank you. Thank you for your point.
Thank you very much, my brother.
9 minutes after 8.